All of us, Ukrainian people, have mental issues right now.
Everyone, you think?
Everyone, yeah, everyone. It's changing people's minds.
The war.
The war. They can't find themselves in society after war. I am wondering how they can continue living.
Ukraine is on the brink of a mental health crisis. Some studies suggest over half the population may already have PTSD. Existing treatments have mixed results, but war drives progress, and Ukraine may be on the front line of a global therapy revolution. 31-year-old Taras arrives for his next session of treatment for depression. His day job is teaching music to children. He was on the front line for 2 weeks. He had a panic attack and was sent home. He never wanted to go to war.
I'm against the violence, and I prefer calm life and like peace and love, like hippie. But I don't have any other choice. I have only one choice: to go and to protect my family, my mother, my brother and my kids.
The drug Taras is being given is not new and it's not illegal for medical use, but it's not commonly used for treating mental health conditions. It's ketamine, a licensed anaesthetic, but not medically approved for psychiatry and therefore not widely available. Clinicians here in Ukraine, however, have found ketamine-assisted psychotherapy to be hugely effective.
Dr. Matronitsky, nice to meet you. How are you?
Dr. Matronitsky is lobbying the Ukrainian government to make ketamine more accessible for treating mental health, particularly in military hospitals. He also wants them to declassify psychedelic drugs like MDMA, the active ingredient in ecstasy, and psilocybin, magic mushrooms. These drugs are currently illegal but show great promise for use in psychiatry. Declassification would allow more research to be done into their use for treating conditions like PTSD. This is something some researchers in the UK and around the world have been arguing for years. In 2023, Australia became the first country to allow MDMA and psilocybin to be used in medicine. Given the mental health catastrophe they face, Dr. Matronitsky feels they are close to big changes in legislation in Ukraine.
There is nothing else at the moment from traditional medicine that's efficient as psychedelic therapy works. And that's why it's considered to be the medicine of future. We hope that maybe during the following year we will reach at least permission for clinical research. The need is very high because it's shown also by research with American veterans that veterans respond to standard therapy even less than average population, civilian population. So we may expect after end of war that we will have many veterans which are hardly treated, which has problems with recovery, and we should be prepared.
It's not just the bullets and bombs, but the repeated interruptions to everyday life that add to the strain.
Oh no!
The power cuts, the air raid alerts which come regularly any time, day or night, including whilst filming. Everyone heads down underground. This is now their normal. Once the alert is over, Taras's treatment can resume. He's guided through the trip by his therapist, talking to him and asking questions.
The first 20 minutes you hear, and after that you go away. Far away. Far away. It's like watching your own movie of your submind. Yeah, you're going deep inside, and you're dealing with your problems, which you want to fix. I hate that kind of life that I had before, because It was terrible when you have depression and nobody can help you.
Dr. Matronitsky says ketamine-assisted psychotherapy can work 10 times faster than existing treatments. Each 40-minute session costs just over the equivalent of £75, although they provide as many treatments as they can free to soldiers. A typical course consists of 2 to 6 sessions. Ukraine's Drug Enforcement Agency says it isn't averse to rescheduling psilocybin and MDMA in a medical context, though the Minister of Health has requested more clinical data. A local pharmaceutical company has offered to make MDMA for £8 per dose, far less than it costs in the US or the UK, so that small Ukrainian trials may begin. There is still stigma and uncertainty within society, but what seems radical now may be normal tomorrow, especially when accelerated by war.
It's known from history of medicine that at the beginning it's something bad, something awful. You should not use it. Then people say, okay, there is something. It sounds interesting, but in the third step, everybody know it. Why? Like they will tell to each other, why don't use it? It's proved. It's okay. Some veterans which were treated in our clinic, they spoke with their friends, with those who are also in need, and they trust their experience.
I can say it changed my life totally. I really believe and I hope that in a year our government made a lot of clinics like that for military guys, for military people. A lot of my friends, they come back, their mental health is really low, and I'm afraid.
These drugs can of course be dangerous when not used clinically, and more research is needed, something Dr. Matronitsky is constantly looking for help to fund. But with supportive legislation, progress can be made, and psychiatry in Ukraine may begin to inform the world. Hannah King, BFBS Forces News in Kyiv.
Thanks for watching. For more from BFBS Forces News, like and subscribe to our channel.